Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler V series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Alright, I'm ready for this, but we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yam around about for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear a super cool shirt, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my non-point shirt, one of two that I have. And if you don't know what non-point is, they are a band. They are a nu metal band. Came out, I believe, in like the late '90s, and they've been doing it ever since, man. Like, unlike a lot of nu metal bands, I think in some ways, I don't know, because when it comes to like the whole nu metal scene, it started to fade out around like 2003, 2004. It's still, the bigger bands were still doing stuff. A lot of the smaller ones kind of dropped off. But I think some of them, man, like they managed to really just kind of find their niche and they just managed to make it work. And Nonpoint is definitely one of those bands. Like, they've just been doing it. I ran into them really for the first time last year in 2023. They were on tour with Cold Chamber and Mudvayne, and I really enjoyed what they were doing. I was fortunate I got to see them perform in a headlining capacity not too long after that. Really like these guys. So much so, not only do I buy their merch, but I've also got a number of videos of their performances from both the times that I've seen them. They're on this channel as well. I have an entire playlist that is just concert videos. But what other playlist do I have, folks? Well, you see, I have an entire playlist called Burgers for Days. That playlist features just burgers. That's what it's there for. What does that have to do with things? Well, folks, because I ended up, back at Jollibee, what with the B, which is, it's a Filipino-based fast food establishment that basically, they started up in the Philippines. They ended up being really successful, kind of moved around, and they're mostly known for their fried chicken, but they also do a variety of other things. What other things do they happen to do, folks? Well, they do, and I have to be careful with this because, oh, God, I'm reviewing their... It is this! It is, what is this? It's a thing. This is their... Nope, wrong side. Yes? No? Okay, there we go. This is their 2-piece burger steak combo, which gives you 2 burger steaks and then your choice of a side. I just went with rice because this is the 3rd review I've done today, so I wanted something that was going to be a little kind of less heavy. So, can we get a thing for the thing, maybe? Without it, hopefully. Ha 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 ha! And then maybe something like that. Ha 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 ha! Alright, let's give it a go. Try out this burger steak thing. And then it's got like mushrooms on it, which I'm all for, man. I love mushrooms. It's got like a gravy. Are you delicious? I just realized what this tastes like. So before this, I did their amazing Aloha burger, right? I reviewed that. Go watch that review. And I kept mentioning that the texture and the flavor of it was unique. Like it doesn't taste anything quite like any other fast food burger I've ever had. But it does taste familiar. And in that, I said that it reminded me a little bit of meatloaf. The texture isn't, like, it's not quite as compact. It's a little bit more airy, a little bit more crumbly. But as I was eating it in this capacity, it instantly clicked in my head what this reminds me of. Salisbury steak. It is, I'm not saying it's one for one, but it's definitely like a Salisbury steak style burger. Like, if you took a Salisbury steak, you took a burger, had them bang, this would be the offshoot. It definitely has and I say that having not had Salisbury steak since like probably middle school, kind of want some Salisbury steak now. I feel like Salisbury steak doesn't get the love it deserves, man. I always remember enjoying it. My dad would occasionally make it. Let's try a little. Gravy's nice. It is like a proper, not like a proper gravy, but, you know, it's got some thickness to it. It's got nice flavor. Coats very nicely. Get a little, the mushroom. Mushrooms, honestly, are a little bit, I mean, it's fast food mushroom. You can only expect so much. You know, but as somebody who, I'm a big mushroom fan, would have hoped for a little bit more. But, I mean, it's there, you know. Yeah, mushrooms are definitely the weakest aspect of that. But honestly, I mean, yeah, especially when it clicked in my head, the whole Salisbury steak thing. It honestly just brought me back and, like, I'm actually very digging this. Save the second one for later. But, obviously, since I'm gorging on it, I'm enjoying it. And I am. It's definitely the same patty type that they use for their actual burger. And, I mean, the taste is nice. It's nice and meaty. Again, it's not going to taste, if you're expecting like a more American-style hamburger, it's not that. But, if you've ever had Salisbury steak, it does taste kind of similar to that. Yeah, man, I mean, I like it. I can get down with it. How much is that the thing for the thing? No, it's not the thing. I was going to tell you how much it cost, but I think I lost the receipt. I mean, I like it, man. It's, you know, and it's cool. I appreciate that Jollibee, like, all the stuff that I've tried now, their chicken is definitely still their best for me. Like, hands down. Their chicken sandwiches are really fucking good. I had their spaghetti, which was pretty good. Probably the weakest thing I've had from them, but I didn't dislike it. Now, having had two of their burger items, this and the Aloha burger, I can see why Jollibee really just kind of took the ball and ran with it. Like, I can get it, because they offer a unique experience, you know, and I think it seems kind of ridiculous that, like, they would make their way, you know, not only would they not just get destroyed by McDonald's, but they'd actually make their way to the U.S. It sounds like that would never work, but I can get why. You know, they put out solid products. Like, it's still fast food. It's nothing super holy shit amazing, but I can appreciate what they're doing with it. But, two questions have to be asked. Would I get this again? Would I recommend it? Occasionally and sort of. So, I can go with this, but again, I would probably go more for their chicken than anything. But I can go with this. I like this. I like that it's an option. I like that it's there. And honestly, if I just had a hankering for some Salisbury steak and I didn't feel like going through the bother of doing it myself or whatever, yeah, sure. I could get down with some nostalgia. I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate that it's an option. I appreciate that it's unique. And it ultimately does still taste pretty good. You know, it's not amazing, but it's, you know, more than competent. If I'm recommending it, again, I mean, it really depends on what you're looking for. Like I said, I like it, but I don't think it's going to go over there and, you know, make your knees knock or anything like that. You know, your legs aren't going to go all wobbly on you with how good it is. But, again, I do think there's a little bit of a nostalgia factor there if you're like me and you grew up with the Salisbury steak. And even just by itself, it's perfectly fine. It's a little bit weird as a fast food item here in the West, but, like, you know, I can get down with it. So, and like I said, you can get it as a combo, and, you know, you can choose whatever kind of items you want. Yeah. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, spend this rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly hamburger-tastic, Salisbury steak-tastic rest of your life. Because, damn it, Salisbury steak it's a wonderful thing. Again, it doesn't get the love it deserves, and I feel like as a nation of people, why aren't there just, like, there should be Salisbury steak places? I would totally go to a Salisbury steak place. Get some of that and some mashed potatoes. Oh, it's a good time. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with that, it's important we go over there, at least try. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, do you have any memories of Salisbury steak? I mean, like, again, I hadn't thought about Salisbury steak in years. And, again, man, it's like I do remember my dad would go over there. He wouldn't make it straight, He'd get, like, the pre-made ones that you put in the oven for a while, that kind of thing. But I always remember liking it. It was always, I think some people maybe weren't too big on the Salisbury steak, but I don't know, man. I was down with it, but maybe you have some other nostalgic foods from back when you were a kid or whatever. Hit me up in the comments about them. I love hearing about that stuff. It's cool to go over there and, sharing those experiences. It's part of the reason why I do this show. Anyway, folks,